Hello, my name is CJ Fleury. I do large-scale public artworks and environmental works. I do large collaborations with communities. My projects involve all kinds of materials: bronze, granite, textiles, organic elements. Most of the time I have to work with engineers, projects that require industrial processes and large trucks. I've been teaching all my adult life in the context of sport and education. Of the 16 major pieces that I've done, a lot of them are in Ottawa. There is one called Mechanics of Gauging a Trade at the Municipal Workshops. There is the Women's Monument Against Violence in Minto Park just off Elgin Street. And then there's the Anti-Poverty Activist Monument in front of City Hall on Lisgar, just down from Lisgar Collegiate. The most fun one are 15 granite and bronze pieces that are stretched all along 2 kilometers of Preston Street, the Little Italy of Ottawa. Most of all, I really like to design the project with the teacher before I go into the project, and I'm really interested in working on projects where the teacher has a topic that they want to explore. And I especially like working with ESL classes or the alternative schools, or I just think that those are groups that really can express a lot through the arts, so I like to work with those kids. So not all my projects have to deal with public art. I do this one that has to do with working with recycled materials, and we make wacky creatures, and it works for all ages. But when we do work with public art, what's really interesting is to see the critical analysis that the students come up with, how they choose their public spaces that they want to work on. The ones that you'll see kids choose to work in a corporate sensibility, you'll see other kids choose to work in an activist sensibility. How they project their ideas into public space, and how they start discussing with each other. Sometimes one child isn't so proficient in using a certain set of materials, but they really want to push their idea forward, so they work in teams, and the other child brings more hands-on skills. There's just a lot of teaching back and forth that goes. One of the things that's really surprised me in my teaching, I'm so self-driven anyways, I always try to encourage the children to be like that, and almost after every class, kids come up to me and they say, actually maybe I shouldn't say this. The kids come up to me and they say, I've really got to do what I wanted to do, and you really helped me to find what my own ideas are about. And I do try to go in there and try to make them work from their own sense of identity, to find their own place in society, and to see that they can actually project their voice into public space. And that fundamentally they see that they can affect what goes on in public space, they can be actors, and they can be change makers.